Hey, what's up, Hood News peeps? Guess who I'm with? And I haven't seen you in a minute, friend. How are you
It's been a
doing?
minute. I'm doing great.
All
doing
right.
great. Everything's good.
Attorney Steve Hollingsworth.
The Hollingsworth Law Firm.
Yes,
Give us a call for all your personal injury needs.
That's right. So it's good to see you, friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Birthday was a couple of weeks ago. Had a good time.
All right. What's that horoscope sign? What horoscope?
Aries.
Aries. He's an Aries.
We fit it perfectly.
Yes.
So everything's going great and everything's rocking along. Already 4 almost months gone by in the year, and just hustling hard for clients and making money where we can, and doing things like this. It's good. Everything's good. I got no complaints.
Awesome.
Nobody listen anyways, would you?
Yeah. Hey, and the baby, what? The baby's 9 months now?
Yeah, I got a little baby. He's 9 months, starting to crawl, or he's been crawling and starting to stand up and walk and do all that fun stuff. And so he makes me get home at night. I'll tell you that. He's a treasure.
Amazing. So, yeah. Congratulations, friend.
Thank you.
So, hey, friends, I'm going to wait for some more of you guys to hop on. Let me go ahead and add this to the comment thread for those. If you need this information, we're here at the Hollingsworth Law Firm. What a beautiful view. And he's got an office coming soon, right?
Yeah, we got a building.
How's that going?
Yeah, we're in renovations of the building right now. It's over off Tacoma and 290.
Okay.
We'll be moving over there, the whole building, and just trying to expand and grow how we can. But it's under renovation right now, and putting some lipstick on a pig, as they say. And,
yeah.
we're going to have fun with it, and but it's going through that process, and we're learning a lot doing that too. I can tell you that.
And we get to be here to see it.
Yes.
We get to witness it unfold.
June 1st, hopefully, will be when we.
Ooh, that's on my birthday.
When's your birthday?
June 1st.
Oh, well, happy birthday!
Yeah, thank you. It's coming through. We're gonna have a party over there.
Everybody's invited.
Yeah, everybody. There you go. Yeah, grand opening party and everything. Yeah. Oh, friends. So what's new at the Hollingsworth Law Firm? I know you guys have a big building on the way.
Yeah.
You got several clients, you're taking care of.
Yeah.
That never stops.
Never stops. Never stops. The fun never stops in regarding that. Always getting clients paid, always getting new clients, and it's a hustle every day, as we say, but we enjoy it, and it's what we do for a living, and we're good at it. And so, it's just rocking along as every business does. And I know a lot of people are going through tough times right now, and unfortunately fortunately we're rocking along and doing a great job. And we're here to help anybody who gets in a car accident, slip and fall, injured at a plant, whatever, 18-wheeler hit you, things like that. We're going to talk about something that you don't want to be later. That Grizzy's going to post a video on when we get out of here.
Yes, I showed him a video, friends. I got a video. It is so crazy, and it's going to go super crazy because it's what you don't do.
Yeah.
That we'll just say it like that. We'll just wait till the end.
Yeah, we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah.
But it's what you don't do, and it's who you don't want to be.
Yes.
Because frankly, it gives everybody involved a bad name.
Yes.
Everybody, it's highly illegal too.
Yeah, go get your snacks. Go get your snacks. Y'all want to see this? This is the tea hour, okay? With the Hollingsworth Law Firm.
Yeah, she'll be posting this after we get done, and so y'all, get your appetites wet for that.
Yeah, it's scandalous. I was biting my nails when I saw the video.
Very scandalous. Very scandalous.
All right. So how do you handle the emotional weight, of being an attorney for a personal injury law firm? This is your law firm. You deal with a lot of loss for people, both emotionally, physically, sometimes even the loss of life.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? How do you that's a lot to take on.
Yeah, that's a whole subject, and it's not easy. I'll talk about a case in just a second. I'll be frank. When I started dating my now wife, she used to say, "You make your living off of pain and misery, human pain and misery." And I say, look, we don't cause it. It's going to happen whether we're there or not. We're just there to pick up the pieces how we can. And that's the way we see it. We're there to pick up the pieces. We're there to help you, the person that's injured, get back on their feet, get back in a place where they can, be better in life, be making enjoyment of life again, if you're injured. And whether it's a minor injury or a major injury, that's what our job is to get you compensation, to put you back where you were before that accident happened. Nobody can put hands on you and say, hey, we've healed you and everything's better. But what we can do is we can get you the compensation that we can to get you back to where you were. And that's that's what we do. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, a lot of people, they give personal injury lawyers a bad rap, and they make fun of us, and we own it, and it's fun, and we have fun with it where we can. But at the end of the day, when you need us, we're there. And when you need us, you need us. If you get hurt in something and you need us, you're going to want us. And I tell every person that I give a check to at the end of their case, I say, I hope to never see you in this capacity again. But if I do, I'd be happy to help you, just because we don't want anybody to get injured, but it happens whether we're here or not, and we're here to help you. The one thing I would say on the emotional weight, probably one of the most emotional cases I ever handled that we settled a few years ago, and we were able to get this lady a lot of money. Was a lady got burned up at a plant down in Corpus Christi, and we represented her, and she had third-degree burns over 30, I think it was 30% of her body, and she was very, very injured, and it was a flash fire, and we handled it, and then we worked with another law firm to handle it too, to get it done, and we got a great monetary result for her, but the story I'll tell and the weight I'll talk about is that, I walked into the burn unit at Brooke Army Medical Center with this lady laying there, with her hands out. The room was hot because they can't get cold because her skin's burned.
Oh, dang.
And it shook me. I won't even run from that. It shook me a lot, and it's a lot to take on. But I say every personal injury lawyer should go through grief counseling. Yeah. Because when you first get with a lot of these people that have been catastrophically injured or their loved one has been killed, God forbid, you have to know how to handle the situation. You have to know how to work with empathy. And, it's not something that's easy to do, and it's not an easy situation to walk into because you're, hey, let me help you, let me do this, but it's a horrible situation. Yeah. But it's part of the job. And it is the job, frankly. And so that's, one thing I think we're very good at the Hollingsworth Law Firm is being very empathetic with our clients, understanding what you're going through, helping you get through it, helping you get to a position where we can help you, make you get better or help you get whole again, as they say. But it's not easy. It's a lot of weight and a lot of stress in a lot of areas, but it's what we signed on to do, and we do it well. But it is a weight. No, we won't even run from that, but we're happy to do it, and we're happy to help people because we can take the weight off of you that a unfortunate circumstance, whether it's a bad car wreck or bad truck wreck or an injury at a plant, like I just talked about, can cause. And so that's one thing we're happy to help with, but it is difficult, and nobody will even ever say it's not. No,
yeah, for sure, man. Much shout out to you for and your team. You have a whole team.
Yeah, the team does a great job.
So you have other attorneys here too, right?
Yeah, we have other attorneys, the associates that work with us, that work with me.
Okay.
And they do a great job. And then we have case managers that help get the case worked up medically, and help you make your doctor's appointments, get you to and from, and Ubers if you need it, transportation if you need it. If you've signed up with us, we can give you help if you need it monetarily to a degree to help you get back on your feet, help you cover living expenses while the case goes on, because cases aren't short. A lot of people come in here and they say, oh, this case will only last a couple of months. Well, in a perfect world, maybe, but most cases they don't. They take a long time or a while. At least 6 to 7 months at least. And I say Christmas will come, but it's not going to come today. And but it'll come. And so that's one thing, but it's not a short process, and we're here to help you through that process how we can, whether it's through medical treatment, transportation, client advances to help you get back on your feet or stay on your feet while you're getting better. We're happy to help with those kind of things.
All right. How long does an accident case take to settle? That's Anthony Wells. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. That's a great question. And frankly, it is all determinative upon your case. I tell people the minimum, there are exceptions to everything, right, Anthony? But the minimum is at least 8 months. And I'm not going to go through, waste everybody's time going through why that's the case, but is at least a minimum of 8 months. But then if you go to litigation, it can go to a lawsuit, it can be longer. It can be up to 2 years or more. Every case is different. Every case, plays out differently. But you want somebody aggressive. You want somebody pushing as fast as you can. But at the end of the day, there's only so much speed and urgency you can do. Because at the end of the day, you're waiting on the insurance company or the other person's money to pay. And people don't like to pay. Everybody knows that. And so what you have to do is you have to force them to pay. You have to force them to take responsibility. And you have to push them to do that. And that's one thing we're really good at it. But the typical case takes at least minimum 8 months, I would say. Are there faster ones? Of course. Are there longer ones? Yes, there are, very much so. But that's a great question, Anthony, and appreciate it.
All right. So somebody talked about some kind of treatment they received, medical treatment. You guys don't cover medical malpractice, I guess it would.
We do medical malpractice. We work with other firms to do it. Yeah, we'll talk to you about it, and we may work with another firm to work up your case. It's not our bread and butter. I'm not going to say it is.
Okay.
But our bread and butter is truck accidents, car accidents, slip and falls, plant accidents, things like that. Medical malpractice is a whole ball of wax that Texas Tort Reform hurt a lot back in 2002, I think it was, 2001, 2002. But it really hurt the ability for us to help people, frankly. That's a debate that we can have all day.
Yeah.
But no, if you have a medical malpractice claim, we're happy to talk to you and happy to, either refer you to somebody that we work with, or if we can take on your case, we definitely will.
All right.
We're definitely welcome to talk to you about it.
All right. Call them, friend. Call them.
Yeah.
Let me see, who was that?
Whoever had that question.
Let me see. Men's Cass Men's. Yes.
Yeah.
Give
if you
them
have
a
any
call.
question, give us a call. If we can help you, we'll tell you we can help you. If we can't, we'll tell you we can't help you.
All right. All right. Shout out, peeps. Can y'all hear me? Give me some thumbs up. I'm Grizzy. I'm here with Steve Hollingsworth of the Hollingsworth Law Firm. Call them today. If you find yourself in a wreck, don't accept any calls from the insurance.
No.
What are some things you want them to know when they get in an accident and they were like not at fault, like somebody hit them, something happened, some sort of fall? What should they do?
What should they do? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to address is what Grizzy said. Don't talk to the insurance company. Talk to the insurance company. If you've been in an accident with a truck or a car or whatever, and you have been injured, and the other insurance, Allstate, Progressive, Geico, all the usual suspects, they're calling you, trying to do things. Don't talk to them, or talk to them as little as you can. Give them as little information as you can before you've consulted with an attorney. Because what you do, once you hire an attorney like the Hollingsworth Law Firm, what we do is we then step into your shoes and start communicating with them. Because probably you've never been involved in something like this before. So you're going to think, oh, they're trying to help me, the insurance company, all this fun stuff, which in reality they're not. They're trying to get the best angle for them. They're going to also potentially get information from you that's going to harm your case because they may be recording what you say. Just be aware of that. So anything you say that you may think be maybe innocent, and you say, oh, I'm just trying to help myself and help get this resolved, well, they're going to possibly hold it against you. And so what you want to do before you talk to the insurance company, you want to call the Hollingsworth Law Firm, 713-637-4560, or go to hollingsworthlawfirm.com, and we'll be able to talk to them for you on your behalf, because we know what we need to be saying and what we don't need to be saying. And also, if we do need you to talk to the insurance company to give like a recorded statement or something, we'll be able there to help you know what the pitfalls of what you're potentially saying are going to be. Because insurance companies, you're in good hands, all that, when your neighbor, all that fun stuff that they say, that's all good marketing ploy and it's all good advertising. But at the end of the day, insurance companies get paid for you paying premiums and them not paying claims. That's a fact. So you want to have someone on your side advocating for you, like the Hollingsworth Law Firm, while you're dealing with this stuff and while you're dealing with an adjuster. Because they're going to possibly offer you some money. They're going to say, hey, here's $2,000 or here's $5,000. And to a lot of people, that sounds like a lot of money. Hey, I'll take that and I'll make this easy. And Steve just said it takes 8 months. I don't want to wait that long. I understand that. But the odds are, if you hire an experienced attorney and you work with us to do what you need to do, your odds of getting far more go way up. And we don't get paid unless you win, so don't worry about that. You never owe us a dime unless we win, unless you get some money out of the case. But insurance companies are tricky, and once you accept money from them within the first few days, your case could be dead. Your case could be done. And so there's
no coming back from that.
No coming back from that. It's very difficult if so. And so you've got to be very careful about that and be very wary about what they're doing.
All right. So Robert Juarez, hey friend, how are you doing?
Hey Robert.
Robert says, is there a statute of limitation on a slip and fall ahead at the swimming pool store a few years back?
Yes, there's a statute of limitations on every personal injury case in Texas. I'll just speak to Texas because that's where we're at. But Texas typically is 2 years from the accident date. So let's say, what's today? Today is April 22nd, 2025. If you got hurt today, April 22nd, 2025, you would typically have until April 22nd, 2027 to file a lawsuit on your claim. Now, whole nother ball of wax. If you're suing your own insurance company through your underinsured, uninsured motorist protection, that's 4 years, but don't worry about that. Call us for a consultation. We'll walk you through what the issues are. But yes, the typical answer is you have 2 years from the day of the accident to file a lawsuit on your claim. Don't wait till the last day, please, because that makes it a lot harder. But be aware of that, and do what you can.
All right. So Edna now has Edna Hubbard. Hey Edna.
All these questions are great.
Yeah, we got some good. Hey, y'all are asking good questions.
Yeah.
All right. Last time y'all weren't on point, but this time everybody's on point. Somebody, Edna says, I had a work injury that took getting hurt a second time before getting medical attention.
Okay.
She says, the surgeon said they waited too long and the doctors are not addressing all injuries. They limit everything. That's her feedback. What do you have to say for something like that?
Well, there's a lot to unwrap there, Edna. But the first thing is, was it covered by workers' comp? Was it not covered? Were they what we call a non-subscriber, where they didn't have workers' comp? Who covered it? Who was at fault? Who was liable? All these things you can get addressed with. Give us a call if you have a question about it.
And you do cover injuries on the job type of situation.
We don't do workers' comp, but we work with attorneys that do workers' comp. But if they're a non-subscriber, if your employer or you got hurt on a job or somewhere did not have workers' comp insurance, it's called a non-subscriber, and we can definitely help you there.
Okay.
Also, if you're on a job and you get hurt, but it's someone else's fault, let's say a third party, another company or another individual's fault, then you can potentially sue them too, as opposed to your own employer. It's a whole moving target, a whole ball of wax to unravel. But as we say, just call the Hollingsworth Law Firm, 713-637-4560. We can get you a free consultation, unwrap all this stuff, figure out what's really going on. And if we need to get you to somebody for workers' compensation issues, and we can. We work with people. If we can handle it ourselves, we definitely will. We just deal with personal injury. Or if there's nothing to help with, we'll be honest and tell you that too.
Plant explosions, Pasadena, refineries, all that kind of stuff.
All Deer Park, Pasadena, Baytown, all that, all those plants. We deal with cases like that. We settled some big old cases out of there. Got people a lot of money for getting injured down there, and we're happy to help with you down there. We know a lot of things happen down there in those plants that aren't necessarily a good thing, and we're very happy to help with people that get injured in the plants, and because it's a big part of the Houston economy.
Yeah,
it
is.
So, but you have a right to get compensated if you get hurt on the job. No matter how it happened.
All right. So what's the scope? Like, how far out do you guys cover, clients? Like, I remember you saying all of Texas, and then where else?
We just handle our bread and butter is all of Texas. I mean, we're mostly here in the Houston metro area, but we handle. I personally have tried cases in over a dozen counties throughout the state of Texas, from Cameron County, from Del Rio, Valverde County, all the way up to Dallas, all the way out to Beaumont, down in Travis County, Guadalupe County, Bexar County. I've tried personally first-year jury trials in all those counties. So we're familiar. We can walk into any courtroom in the state and we can do what needs to get done. But out of state, we can get licensed or get work on cases there. We don't typically do it. We'll typically team up with another lawyer in that state that we have contacts with to help people. But we can definitely give you a consultation on it. We do handle cases out of state, but they're not as much as Texas and not as much as the Houston metro area. That's our bread and butter, frankly.
All right.
But all throughout the state, and I've handled cases all throughout the state, from as far south as you can go down in Cameron County, up to Dallas, out to East Texas and Beaumont. We actually had a case a trial out in Beaumont a couple of weeks ago. So it was a good thing for us.
Got it. And what about Louisiana? Somebody asked.
Louisiana, we handle cases in Louisiana. We often team up with another law firm out there. We actually have a case where a lady died in Louisiana. She was on one of these bikes and the throttle got stuck. It's a products liability case, and the throttle got stuck and she went out into traffic, unfortunately, and got killed. And so we're suing the product manufacturer for product liability and the company that rented it to her for faulty maintenance on that, because otherwise she would be here, and unfortunately she's not. But we are working with a firm out of Louisiana to work on that case.
Amazing. So he will, it's just give him a call.
Yeah, give us a call. We can tell you whether we can help you or not, or we can team up with somebody to help you if it's out of state, wherever it may be.
All right, next up, we got Deetra Wells. You guys are asking all these good questions.
This is great, Deetra. How you doing?
Deetra Wells, she says, I was involved in an accident, but the at-fault driver was excluded on the policy. What can I do?
Only thing you can do there, Deetra, and that is an unfortunate circumstance. This is why I tell everybody, and I'll tell everybody watching today, and I told a client literally, honestly, earlier today, go get underinsured or uninsured motorist protection on your policy. Because what's going to happen, Deetra, is you have no recourse again. You have no ability to sue that person because they're excluded from the policy. Now, you can go after them personally, but guess what? If they're excluded from a policy, they probably don't have any money to get anyways, do they? So you're not going to get anything, and that's just an unfortunate part of it. But there are a lot of drivers or a lot of people out there driving on these Houston streets and in the state of Texas without insurance for whatever reason. They can't afford it, they're not responsible, whatever you want to say. but the way you protect yourself, and I'm not an insurance sales guy by any means, but I will say I don't think it's very expensive. I think it's like $30 a year maybe to add on for underinsured or uninsured motorist protection. And what that does is if somebody hits you without insurance, what happens then is you can sue your own insurance company or make a claim against your own insurance company to get money to compensate you for the damages that other person caused, but they don't have any insurance to cover it. So that's definitely something you can do. So Deetra, if you had underinsured or uninsured motorist protection, give us a call. Check your what's called your declarations page on your insurance.
Oh, yeah.
On your insurance policy for your car, check your declarations page. That's what it's going to be under. See if you have underinsured or uninsured motorist protection. If you do, great. Give us a call. If you don't, this is one of those instances, Deetra, where we're going to be honest with you and tell you we most likely can't help you, and nobody can because there's no coverage. There's no money to get at the end of the day. There's just nothing to get. And that's an unfortunate circumstance. But like I said, there's a lot of drivers running around out there without any insurance. So you want to protect yourself. You want to be responsible. So go get underinsured or uninsured motorist protection.
All right. Somebody.
Great question, Deetra.
Yes, great question. Brandy Johnson, she says, do you handle cases against Walmart? You've taken on big companies, right?
Yeah. We handle cases against Walmart. First personal injury case I ever handled was against Walmart.
Hey.
A lady walked in, hit a wet floor, and fell on her knee and shattered her knee like an eggshell.
That was your first case?
That was my first case ever as a PI lawyer,
Wow.
personal injury lawyer. And we got a great result for her. But yeah, Walmart, they fight. I'll tell you that. They don't just roll over easy. But they will fight. And yes, we do handle cases against Walmart, slip and falls, work injuries, whatever it may be, parking lot injuries. If they don't have the parking lot adequately marked off and, there's an incident in a parking lot. Things like that. But yes, we definitely do go against Walmart, all the big grocery stores, all the big box stores. If you're injured, that's the way it works. If you're injured and they have a responsibility to protect you, or knew or should have known of a condition that they should have fixed and they didn't, and you got injured because of it, we definitely can take care of that and help you.
All right.
Great question though.
So we got a question. So how do big insurance companies try to minimize the payouts?
Okay.
Like, they're going to try to fight. They're going to try to, say that it's not as bad. And the peeps and you are going to know it's really bad because they have to wake up, feeling the pain and all the suffering.
Yeah, the way the insurance companies do it, number one, I talked about earlier with the swoop and settle, basically, that they come in and they offer you a minimal amount and you think it's a big amount, but it's not really what your case is worth. And so they'll offer you a minimal amount and you will think it's, hey, I'm great, I'm going to take it. And then you wake up and you go, man, that really isn't what I needed. Or I'm hurt a lot worse than I thought I was 2 days after the accident. This is lingering or whatever. And you're going to wake up and you're going to realize, oh, crap, I took that money and now I don't have any recourse. I don't have any way to get out of it because I already took the money. So they try to get you quick while you're desperate or while you're not thinking clearly or while you're wrapped up in it and dealing with 100 other things. And so they'll minimize your settlement. If they don't do that, the other thing they do, and this is an old tactic they developed in the 90s, I believe, deny, delay, defend. Deny that it happened, deny they caused it, delay paying out, and defend against your injury. Say you weren't hurt by this, or we didn't cause it, or whatever. Deny, delay, defend. Those are the three things that big insurance companies do to not pay people. So guess what? They deny it, it didn't happen, they're going to fight you like hell. If they delay it, you're going to get tired of it. Somebody asked earlier, how long does a PI, personal injury case take? It isn't short because they purposely drag it out. Why? Because you get tired of waiting. And you get tired of waiting and you say, well, just give me whatever, Steve. And we're like, no, just don't take whatever. But you're like, I need the money. Just give me whatever. And so they win, right? They win that way because they've delayed it until you've gotten what's it called desperate enough to just take whatever. Exactly. You got bills to pay. You got mouths to feed. You just want some money. I get it. And then the other one thing is they defend. They say, hey, this injury wasn't caused by the accident. You're getting old. That's what caused your back pain, or just different things like that. A whole host of things. Well, like I said, if you got questions, give us a call. Hollingsworth Law Firm, hollingsworthlawfirm.com, 713-637-4560. Free consultation. We don't get paid unless you win. You see that everywhere, but it's true. We don't get paid unless you win. Just give us a call. We can help you. We can walk you through it and help you if we can, and we'll tell you if we can't help you.
Okay. What factors play into the calculation of the true value of a personal injury case?
A whole lot of things.
Okay.
So you get compensated for your past medical bills, your future medical bills, if any, if you need future help in the future because of your injuries. You know, say you need a surgery, say you need injections, say you need future chiropractic care, whatever it may be. You get compensated for that. You get compensated for mental anguish. You get compensated for pain and suffering, all of these in the past and the future. And then you get compensated for your lost wages that you lost during the time that you were injured. You also can get compensated for loss of earning capacity. That, hey, I got hurt. I can't do my job as well as I used to be. So guess what? I have to take less money because of that. So I have a loss of earning capacity. And so that affects you probably for the rest of your life. So those are things. Also, disfigurement, if you've got scars or even worse, you've lost an arm or something, catastrophic injury, you get compensated for that. Impairment, so you're impaired, you can't do things as well as you used to. That's definitely something that you get paid for. All of it, and this is getting in the weeds on it, but all of it we put in what's called a damage model, and we throw it at the insurance company and say, hey, this is what we think, Jane Doe, John Doe's case is worth, pay us out, please, or pay us out. And so then we start negotiating with them on that. But those are all the things that wrap up into evaluating a case and evaluating what you can get compensated for.
All right. Okay. And what's one case that, off the top of your head, that's changed a client's life for the better? Can you share that story?
One for sure, I can guarantee. We've had a bunch, thankfully, that's helped a lot of people. But one is one I talked about earlier was that burn case that the lady got burned up really bad in a plant. And her life was changed. She was scarred. She had PTSD, legit PTSD. She was scarred all over. She's just never going to be the same. But we were able to get her millions upon millions of dollars. Let's just say that. I can't give away the exact amount, but millions upon millions of dollars. And our son and the law firm were able to help her. And that really changed her life for the better. It'll never put her back where she was.
No,
She was really catastrophically injured. But we were able to get her enough that as much as money can fix, we were able to fix it.
Yeah.
Money will never fix what issues she had, and certain injuries that the Hood News peeps may have. Certain injuries will never be fixed by money alone. But hey, we're not God. We can't put our hands on you and make you better. Nobody can, unfortunately. So what we can is we can get you the money to pay for your future medical bills, compensate you for your losses, compensate you for your job losses, things like that. And that's just what we can do. I will say the legislature right now is actually, this is a whole nother subject Grizzy wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
But the legislature right now is actually trying to cap damages on people of what you can get if you're injured in an accident. So if you realize that, not everybody gets hurt, not everybody gets hurt catastrophically, you need to call your representative and tell them to vote no on these bills, because right now they're trying to really hurt Texans in saying, hey, we're going to put a cap on what you can get. And sometimes a cap doesn't work because you can't put a value on some of the injuries that some of these people have suffered. And they're wanting to do that, especially some of these trucking companies. Look, we understand the truck's not at fault in every accident. We get that. Truckers have a hard job. We get it. But truckers are responsible for a lot of things. What about that accident in Austin where the guy was potentially, on something and, hurt and killed a bunch of people? I think it was near Austin. There's got to be money to go around for those people, and we can't have the legislation doing that. So call your representative, tell them don't cap damages on personal injury, because you may need it someday. Your family may need it. Your family member may need it someday. You don't need it today. We understand that, and you may never need it, and thank God for that. But when you need it, you need it.
Yeah, the representatives, y'all are going to need it too. You never know with the craziness.
Exactly.
Nobody is exempt from getting hit by some crazy driver. Nobody is exempt.
And nobody's exempt. And the insurance companies, look, they make plenty of money. They make millions upon billions of dollars. They're taking money from you every month on premiums. They're not paying you out. They're getting paid. Yeah. So don't buy the propaganda.
Wow.
That's a whole subject Grizzy wasn't ready.
Yeah, I was not ready. But hey, we want to talk about these things. So it's important. These are things I didn't even know. We're going to be doing a segment on that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What's one thing that people can do to protect themselves legally in case they ever need you?
Okay, the biggest thing you can do to protect yourself if you ever need somebody like me is get the proper insurance coverages.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like we talked about earlier, get the underinsured, get the uninsured motorist protection. Because if there's somebody driving around, there's companies driving around without insurance, guys. There are trucks out there, big trucks driving around, box vans, all this stuff driving around out there without insurance coverage. You know, companies are cheap. Companies are doing it a quick way. And so they don't have insurance. So you get hit by one of these guys, you think, oh man, I just got hurt pretty bad. I'm going to get paid out by this big truck. No, you're not, because they don't have insurance, potentially. But so what you got to do is you got to protect yourself. Go get underinsured, go get uninsured motorist protection on your policy to help you, that you can then go after your own policy. If somebody else isn't responsible, you are responsible. You've covered yourself. The other way you protect yourself is you talk to a personal injury lawyer as quick as you can after an accident. I know, I get it. Ambulance chaser, blah, blah, blah. Quick this, quick that. I understand. Grizzy and I have talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain it. So the reason personal injury attorneys have to act fast is because the insurance company is acting fast. I used to be an insurance defense attorney. I know what the other side looks like. I've been on crash scenes hours after they happened. You don't even have an attorney yet, but I'm already out there working on the case in a prior life. Okay, so I know what it looks like. So you want to get somebody as quickly as you can. The other way to protect yourself is to go with somebody you trust. Go with somebody who is vouched for, because there's a lot of scam artists in this business. There just are. We're going to talk about that. We started off the conversation talking about scam artists. We're going to end the conversation talking about scam artists.
Oh, yeah.
And then Grizzy's going to show a video after I'm done on her page to show you what the scam artists look like. But there's a lot of scam artists. There's a lot of bad people out there in this business, unfortunately. Looking to make a quick buck. So if you're getting random calls from people, hey, I'm this, I can help you, I'm this, I can help you, you need to pause, hit the pause button, and you need to go with somebody you trust, go with somebody who's vouched for, go with somebody who's experienced, whether that's the Hollingsworth law firm or someone else you talk to. I don't care. You just need to go with somebody you trust and somebody that's vouched for, that you can trust and that you can understand will do a good job for you. Because there's a lot of people out there that'll hustle you really quick, whether it's the insurance company, whether it's some other, person holding himself out to be a PI representative, personal injury representative, or what. You just got to protect yourself, because a lot of people will take advantage of you in a bad situation, and it's just a fact. And so that's the best thing I can tell people is get your coverages to protect yourself. Hire people that are experienced, hire people that are trustworthy, talk to people. Get their experience, get who they are, ask them questions. If they can't answer questions, then they may not be the right person for you. But if they can answer your questions thoroughly and honestly, then you can then work with them if you're comfortable with them. But you want to go with somebody you're comfortable with, somebody you can work with, and you want to call somebody quickly, because there's going to be sharks in the water. I'll just say that.
All right. Christina has a comment. I saw your comment, Christina.
Hey, Christina.
She has a question.
Yeah.
Yes. She says, and this is what we talked about the other day, okay? If my husband doesn't have a license or no papers, but he is on the insurance policy and gets involved in an accident and gets hurt, can you help him out?
Yes, totally.
Or get a settlement?
Totally. And actually, I know we did a...
we did a commercial.
Yeah, we did a commercial on Grizzy's page the other day exactly talking about this. This is where I wish I was fluent in Spanish. I'm not. My staff is. 99% of my staff is fluent in Spanish. So if you call us and you speak Spanish, we're happy to help you. But I'm not fluent in Spanish. I can speak a little, but not enough to articulate this question very well. Yes, any person of any language or ethnicity that is not a documented person in the United States, a documented citizen, can still file a personal injury lawsuit if they get injured by somebody else. You're driving down the road, you're undocumented. Yes, you can you get hit. Yes, you can make a claim against the insurance. I can't ever make you a promise that there won't be ramifications, but I've never seen those ramifications. Let's say that. And I don't believe there would be. We would protect you from those ramifications as much as we humanly could, because you're injured. Just because you're here undocumented doesn't mean you don't have a right to make a claim against somebody who hurt you. That's just a fact of life.
That's right.
So you can make a claim if you're undocumented, if your husband's undocumented, whoever, you still can make a claim. There shouldn't be blowback. There shouldn't be ramifications to your undocumented status, and you still should be able to get the compensation you deserve. We definitely did, like I said, we did a commercial on Grizzy's page.
Yeah.
talking about that. And so, yes, if you have somebody that you know is undocumented, but they're scared of the system, we understand it's a different climate right now. We completely understand that. But give us a call. We can give you a free consultation. Hollingsworth Law Firm, hollingsworthlawfirm.com, 713-637-4560, and we can answer any questions you have about that in Spanish.
All right. And he's located right here off the North Loop, but he'll, call.
Yeah, we're on North Loop in Ella, basically. Houston Eye Associates building is the big sign on the outside. But we help all over the Houston.
Brandon, let me ask you this: you will go to the client, right? Like if they're in the hospital or if they're stuck at home with no ride, after people lose things, they lose their car, like mobility and all kinds of stuff. You will go visit.
Yes, if you're in an accident or you're in a collision or you get hurt on the job or at a plant or whatever it may be, and you're hurt and you can't make it to us or you can't sign a contract or you don't understand the contract when we send it electronically, because those are the ways we can help you get you signed up fast and quickly. And like I said, speed is of the essence, and it's not because we're just hungry. It's because the insurance companies have people working for them, so you need to have people working for you quickly. Okay, so what it is we can either send you a document electronically that we can talk with you over the phone and explain it. If that's not adequate, we can come to you anywhere in the Houston metro, anywhere in the state, frankly. We can come to you and talk to you. I personally have sat in many living rooms at apartments, houses, hospital beds, hospital rooms. I've sat in them, talked to clients, got them signed up, got the process rolling as quickly as we can. Or you can come to us if you want to just see who we are and what our office looks like, and fill us out to make sure you're comfortable with us. We're completely okay with that. So yes, there's many ways to get it taken care of, but stress again, call the Hollingsworth Law Firm quickly, because the insurance company has somebody working on their behalf quickly.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you are worth it.
Yes.
You are worth it.
Yes.
Hollingsworth.
You are Hollingsworth. You are worth it. We'll make your case worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot of mess that you're going to have to go through, unfortunately.
Yes. All right. So y'all want to see this video? Give me some thumbs up if y'all want to watch the scandalous videos. Now, this is all alleged, okay? We don't know what's going on in the video, but these are things to be on the lookout for. And are y'all ready? Give me some thumbs up. We're going to play a video for you right now.
We'll play a video and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Ready? We're going to do some feedback. All right. Y'all ready for this? Give me some thumbs up. We're going to do the crazy hour with Steve Hollingsworth. Yes.
New sponsorship.
Yes,
right
yes.
the
Yeah.
crazy
Hey,
hour.
the crazy hour.
The crazy hour.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. So we're going to play this video, and this is going to be uploaded in a few minutes. We don't know what was happening. We're not going to pretend to know, but this is like a red flag. All right. Are y'all ready? All right. All right. There we go. Now watch this driver, friends. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me get this right here. There we go. All right. So I'm about to play it again. Hold on. Let me rewind it back. All right. There we go. All right. So Steve's got it right there. There you go. Now keep an eye here. Are you able to see it, Steve, too?
Yeah. I'm
All right. All right. There we go.
Keep it up.
Now keep an eye on this. Like, this is some craziness. And this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to get caught on video doing this kind of stuff. All right. And here's another one. Like, this guy is trying to get, or this woman, whoever it is, they're trying to get in front of all the cars. And then it gets really crazy right here. Pay attention. There's an 18-wheeler up there.
Or a gas truck. Yeah.
A gas truck. Yep. All right.
And thank you to the Hood News Peep that sent this in, because this is stuff everybody needs to see.
Yes, we want y'all to be safe on these roads. Look at this. Look, friends. Oh.
Yeah, look at this one.
Oh my goodness. On video, friends. Y'all be safe out there. What do you think about something like this, Steve?
What I think that is unfortunately, it's what I talked about earlier. There's a lot of crooks and a lot of scams in the personal injury world. There just is. It's a fact of life. That is what called staging an accident looks like. And that is highly illegal and highly unethical, and every other word you can use. What that is, potentially, is somebody trying to pull in front of somebody and get them to rear end them. Way you fight that, have a dash cam.
Yes.
Okay? Have a dash cam. You go to the Hollingsworth Law Firm Instagram page. We also work with a page called Dash Cam Defender.
Okay.
That they show a lot of dash cam cameras, and we talk about the necessity of having a dash cam. Get a dash cam if your camera's not equipped with one. Teslas are equipped with cameras all over, but other cars don't necessarily have them. So get a dash cam. Somebody does that to you, swoops in front of you and tries to brake and tries to get you to hit them because they want some money. Then, or they're trying to stage an accident, then you're in the clear, okay? Or at least you got a leg to stand on to fight it. That is exactly what people like me and Grizzy and everybody else don't want to see. Does it happen? Yes,
oh, yeah.
all day.
We've seen it, yeah.
There you go. Thank you to the Hood News people that sent that in, because that's the kind of stuff that needs to be shown, and that's called staging an accident. Highly illegal, highly unethical, but what they're trying to do is get that gas truck especially to hit them, and so they can get some money. And it makes everybody look bad. It makes the whole system look bad. Yeah. And so those are the kind of things you don't want to see, you don't want to deal with. And, if you see that kind of activity, send it to Grizzy like that so we can call that out, because that's just awful.
Mm-hmm. That's a mess around and find out situation.
Yeah, that's a mess around and find out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if not, use a stronger word.
Yeah. Y'all know what I want to say, but because I'm here with my boy, my A1 since day one.
Yeah, we all know. We all know.
We all know. Bleep, the bleep.
Yeah, the bleep, bleep, bleep.
Okay, so I got one more for you, and I wish I would have had this. We're going to have videos next time. There was an incident on 59 freeway where there was an 18-wheeler driving. He has a dash cam. He's minding his own business. Mm-hmm. A flatbed truck, swoops in front of another car. That vehicle turns around and crashes into the 18-wheeler. Mm-hmm. And the person takes off. The driver of the flatbed takes off. Well, I know we identified them.
Good.
Yeah, and what happens, like the 18-wheeler that's driving, minding his own business, does he have a case?
Does he have a case? Totally, he has a case.
Okay.
He has a case against two people. He has a case against the person, the car that ultimately hit him.
Yes.
And then he has a case against the flatbed truck.
That
especially
started
if it's on video that started it. And so he definitely has a case if he's injured, or for property damage, but most likely injury if he suffers.
A lot of people are truck drivers, and they're sometimes innocent in these things, and they get hit.
Yeah. Truckers. We post videos about trucking accidents, and we represent trucking accidents all the time because truckers sometimes cause accidents.
Yes.
Fact of life. Yes. But we always get responses that say, "Oh, you're blaming the truck. You don't know what these people do." I get it. Sometimes you get people like the video we just watched. Yeah. Sometimes you get ping-ponged off of and a car hits you. So it's not your fault necessarily. So yeah, you have a claim then too, trucker.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people won't do it. Like I'm thinking in my mind that this guy doesn't even know that he probably thinks because he's an 18-wheeler driver that he doesn't have a case.
No, if he's injured, he has a case for sure.
Yeah,
he's a case against the person who ping-ponged off of him potentially. Yeah. And it's that person's job to show it was caused by the flatbed truck. And the flatbed truck he has a case against too. So yeah, and that goes for anything, not even 18-wheelers. If another car causes a wreck and causes another car to hit your car in the ping-pong effect, then you have a case against that person who potentially hit you because they weren't maybe taking proper evasive action, or the person who started it all that started the whole accident to begin with. So yeah, again, call the Hollingsworth Law Firm for a free case evaluation, and we can tell you what it looks like, what we need, what we can work with, and what we can't.
All right, there you go. 18-wheeler drivers, y'all are innocent sometimes. A lot of times, maybe, whatever. But if you find yourself in a situation, Hollingsworth is the guy. You want to call the Hollingsworth Law Firm.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you, friend. So yeah, give us some information. Everybody's asking about the website. Where do they visit you?
Yeah, the way you can find us, really easy. We make it easy. HollingsworthLawFirm.com, HOLLINGSWORTH, lawfirm.com, or call 713-637-4560. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all the social media. Hollingsworth Law Firm. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, all that fun stuff. And so you can find us there, reach out to us either on any of those channels, call us, website inquiry, Instagram inquiry, Facebook inquiry, TikTok inquiry, whatever. Just DM us, drop into our DMs in a good way, right? And we'll be able to help you, and we can get back to you as quick as we can. We pride ourselves on customer service and responsiveness to people. So if we can get back to you as quick as we can, we definitely will. If you call us, we have somebody to answer the phone 24/7, 713-637-4560. Be happy to help you. Be happy to give you a free consultation. And if we can help you, we will. If we can't, we'll be honest with you and tell you we can't.
All right. right, now look, I'm gonna show y'all his Instagram. His Instagram is fire, y'all, and he needs y'all. If you have Instagram, make sure you follow him because he posts. This is gonna be on Facebook and also like Instagram. Make sure you give my friend a follow here, Hollingsworth Law Firm. That's his Instagram. And you're always posting content where you give like feedback, and these are different real life scenarios.
Yeah, we're not dancing. We're not, just partying on the on the Instagram. We're trying to give information that people can use.
Yes, this is very valuable stuff, and you might like everything, explosion, stuff blowing up. Look, it's very entertaining, and not just that, it's entertaining.
Yeah,
I love watching the videos. I can't wait for the next ones. It's pretty fun to hear his commentary and just his feedback and everything. So
yeah, we understand people want to be entertained, but we also want to educate you. We want to educate while entertaining.
Yes,
you, right? Yeah, we want to give you some entertainment in your day, but we want to educate you while we're sneaking that little bit in.
Yes.
So yeah, we appreciate a follow, appreciate a like, all that fun stuff. And we've recently started really giving a lot more content, a lot more effort in it, and we appreciate any follow. And you can help us a lot. And if you
just get
if
the
you
word
appreciate
out.
it, just let us know that, and we'll
make sure you take screenshots, because the one thing, everybody hits me up in Messenger, and sometimes I'm not available. I'm still gonna hook it up, but it might not be as fast as you want me to. But everybody's like, what's the name of that attorney, Grizzy? Yes, take a screenshot. Now is your opportunity. Make sure you follow him. This is the Facebook page. Take a screenshot, friends. Take a screenshot, because you're going to need that. If you ever, heaven forbid you ever need it, but if you do.
We hope you never need it, but if you do, we're here.
Yes. Or you can always refer a friend, friends of
friends,
friends.
family members. Hey, I know this guy. I saw him on Grizzy, all that fun stuff. We're happy to help you and give us a call. We tell people, like we started the conversation off with today, that we don't cause it, we just pick up the pieces.
That's it.
And we're happy to help people that need those pieces picking up.
Okay. All right, friends. Well, we're here in the North Loop. Yeah, we're here in the North Loop area. I'm here with my friend Steve Hollingsworth. It was so great seeing you all the time. Yes.
Grizzy's been doing a great job.
Thank you.
A lot of Crime Stopper stuff. A lot of Woman of the Year or whatever. I don't know what awards you've been getting lately.
Yeah.
I know you're on the floor of the legislature the other day getting something.
Fun.
That was awesome. Good for you. She's doing a great job. She's getting a lot of good information out there, and that's what we try to get good information out there to y'all with her. And we really appreciate what she's doing too. And
thank you. He's part of the vision. Like he sees what the vision is, and he supports the Hood News.
No, we support the Hood News completely because we understand it's done a great job. She has a huge platform that's to do a lot of good information, to call out a lot of people that need to be called out, unfortunately. And that's just part of it, and we're happy to stand behind her. All right, thank you, friend. All right, more Hood News on the way. Be on the lookout for that video, and if you missed it, play back this one and you'll see it. All right, friends. Thanks, guys. Bye. Have a good day.